It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Tonight, the New York Knicks taking on the Houston Rockets. The Knicks able to win the opening tip, and we're underway here at Madison Square Garden. Jay, the Knicks searched long and hard for their next head coach. They chose David Fizdale. Why was this the right choice?
Well, first off, he's a two-time NBA champion as assistant coach with D. Wade and LeBron James from Miami Heat, and I got some time to spend with him down in Miami at D. Wade's fantasy camp. He is hard and very stern, but it comes from a brotherly place. His ability to build the right culture in New York will be imperative, but it all starts with that kind of teaching.
To Westbrook. Beyond the arc for three. His first effort off the mark. Into the front court comes Smith. He'll run the offense. Looking for his man. Big finish at the rim. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet, and one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in the game, they can help you sustain that energy.
To Harden. For three, and James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
To Julius Randle. Smith. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
To Capella. And finishes strong.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Randall to Dennis Smith Jr. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Capella. Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks. Kevin Knox. To Dennis Smith Jr. Oh, emphatic slam.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. James Harden at the controls. Nothing going here on that drive. Surveys the floor. To the basket is Harden, but his shot's no good. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Smith with the basketball. Leads three. Short jumper stays out. To P.J. Tucker. Mitchell Robinson with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
They go down low to Randall. And the rebound taken down by Houston. Westbrook into the front court. Down three. To Harden. Westbrook. Here's Harden. Down low. James Harden. 2 for 3 now here in the first. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Clint Capella sends it away. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Jay, last few drafts, the Knicks have gone younger. What do you like about Kevin Knox and his raw potential?
His upside. He just turned 19 on August 11th of this past summer, and what he did in Summer League blew my mind. Was first team All-NBA Summer League, averaged 24 points, shooting 47% from the field. This kid has every chance to be a star.
To Harden. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Lays it up and in.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Knicks with the basketball. Payton. Can't connect.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Tucker to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Tucker to Rivers. From long range. Can't connect. It's no good. Oh, and a putback.
Now, while everybody was staring at the flight of the ball on the defensive end, he was busy carving out space, being active, getting that offensive rebound. That's his second offensive rebound in the first quarter.
To Marcus Morris. New York with 4 to shoot. Fires the three. Not going down here. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
James Harden. James Harden. 3 for 4. Good start. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. The Rockets with the lead. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
James Harden. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
Old school equals high percentage.
Payton with the basketball. They're down 3. Curling inside. Short jumper. Won't fall. Harden with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
James Harden trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Harden hits the free throw. It's a three-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. The possession lies with New York. Payton. Bullock matched up with Gerald Green. To Payton. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And scores. Nice move, Jay.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Coach of the Knicks signals for a timeout as he'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. To Marcus Morris. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. The free throw, good. And they add one more to the lead. It's up to 11. Possession lies with New York. To Julius Randle. Smith. Clint Capella. Huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Nothing going here on that drive. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
No, I missed a short one there. Harden in possession. His team on top by 13. To Capella. Stuffs it down with authority. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. Clint Capella snatching it out of the air. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Smith. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Harden has it up the floor. To P.J. Tucker. Going to launch beyond the arc. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Smith now into the front court. Down by 15. To Marcus Morris. Trying to cash in. Morris with a shot no good. Harden to Capella. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Smith with it up top. Trailing by 15. To Julius Randle. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Rockets in control of the basketball. To Harden. It's a big finish.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Julius Randle matched up with P.J. Tucker. To Westbrook. 2 points to the board.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Shot from the lane won't go. Gordon with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Harden to Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Elfrid Payton against Westbrook. To Kevin Knox. Knicks with 4 to shoot to Julius Randle. Clint Capella tips it. That's a 24-second violation. Westbrook to Harden. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
James Harden trying to cash in on the 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good. A 3-point play as they move in front here just before the break. Payton into the front court. He'll run the offense to Kevin Knox. Russ at the controls. To Capella. Probing the defense.
Screen coming up, screen coming up.
Stuffs it down with authority. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Mitchell Robinson with a piece. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
right into the action here. The Rockets didn't hold back in that opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. The Knicks have yet to appear after one half of basketball. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Field goals.
The Houston Rockets are keeping things simple, just making their shots. Easier said than done, of course, but it doesn't take an expert to know shooting more successfully than your opponents translates into wins.
Player of the half.
James Harden has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
It's Russ at the controls. To Harden. Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
One of the best kept secrets in the game, utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air, crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Knicks. Westbrook with it. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. To Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Smith into the front court. His guys down big. To Kevin Knox. Knocked loose. Julius Randle here against P.J. Tucker. Gordon with it. Looking to make something happen. Passed it off. Won't go down.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Here comes the screen. From the painted area, won't go down. Westbrook across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. Tucker to Harden.
Got him. Double.
To P.J. Tucker. Russell Westbrook steps into it. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
To Dennis Smith Jr. just off the mark. To Harden.
Defense, let's go.
Smith to Julius Randle. Not that time. To Harden. Tucker. To Harden. Knocks it down off the step back.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Dennis Smith Jr. against the former MVP.
Big screen right there, big screen.
Off the assist.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Westbrook to Harden. From the outside, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Smith to Kevin Knox. Dennis Smith Jr. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of it.
Westbrook to Harden. And scores on a nifty dance to the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Into the front court comes Smith. Down a bundle. Dennis Smith Jr. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Here's Harden with the rock. Capella down low, leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Elfrid Payton matched up with Rivers. Has a look. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping him.
Down to Fareed. And a nice finish at the rim.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Curling inside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Elfrid Payton at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Numbers not in his favor, 61% for his career. Free throw good, so they get the three-point play, but it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. Harden into the front court. They can get a 2-for-1 if they hurry. To Rivers. 4-3. That's what you like to see. Austin Rivers. Tough shot from downtown.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Deep three at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The Rockets way out in front. The Knicks to inbound here to start the fourth quarter. And this has not been one of their better performances to this point. They've been out of sorts all afternoon.
And one of the most difficult challenges we have in this life is when we bring our personal life into our workspace. It looks like they were never in the game to begin with.
Harden in possession. His guys hold a commanding lead. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden to Gerald Green. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That won't go. Smith with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Marcus Morris. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Now it's Harden at the controls to Fareed with a drop step. Scores from the post.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
It goes down.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
To Gerald Green. Here comes the screen. Down low for Tucker. Nice pass to set things up.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Harden guarded by Gibson. Screen coming. Harden trying to take it to the basket, but a shot stays out.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Dennis Smith Jr. against Harden. James Harden rejects it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Harden. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. He misses. To Marcus Morris.
Make it tough on him. Make it tough on him.
Shot from the lane won't go. Harden to Gerald Green. He gets it.
And I love when people are saying, well, he's not an exciting player. I don't need him to be exciting. I need him to be fundamentally sound.
Timeout here for the Knicks as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Elfrid Payton guarded by the former Dookie. To Marcus Morris. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Austin Rivers to P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. Austin Rivers to Fareed. Mitchell Robinson sends it away. That's his third block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Taj Gibson, consistent effort. He's at 50%.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. Tucker to Gerald Green. Trying to cash in. Not that time. To Payton. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Elfrid Payton trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play, but a rare spot as they continue to trail big. Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. To Capella. Flushes it home.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Westbrook with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Screen coming. Westbrook to Capella. And the finish. Slam dunk. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Kevin Knox to Peyton. Deep two there, won't go. Westbrook into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Nice pass to set things up. Eric Gordon has got 2 shots coming. A career 81% free throw shooter. First one, count it.
Subbing in for the New York Knicks, number 30, Julius Randle.
Able to convert on both free throws.
Oh, yes, me and you.
Kenneth Faried able to recover with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot.
And a putback slam.
Oof, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
Peyton with the basketball. His guys down big. Rises for the slam.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a Prob City.
It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one in blowout fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets won this matchup with a significant margin. What really stood out for me is how many times they scored on second-effort plays. It takes heart to keep up that kind of execution, and these guys were relentless. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Knicks did not look good in this one, and neither did the score. And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united. Check out the leading scores for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Assists.
The New York Knicks had a lot of trouble working as a team defensively, giving up the kind of assists that happen from poor communication. James Harden was behind the majority of those dimes and deserves a lot of credit for having his passes on target and on time.
Player of the game.
James Harden played the role of facilitator today, and no one is more happy than his teammates.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.